What is up, YouTube? What is up, Jet Nation? Welcome back to the JETS Jets Show. I'm Sean. I'm here to lead you today through the show and excited to talk to you about what we think the solution should be at wide receiver. I think it's the biggest question so far left with this roster. Obviously, want to add another pass rusher. There's a number of guys in the draft you can, in ways you could do that. He's going to be a complementary pass rusher to Carl Lawson, so I still think wide receiver one is the biggest need on this team, the most glaring hole. So what do we do? Do we trade for a guy? Do we give up assets and pay him a whole bunch of money to come in here and be our number one? Or do we draft a wide receiver? Do we draft multiple? Do we do both? Do we trade for one and draft one? What do you think? I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air. I've been thinking about this a lot. But I'm leaning towards actually drafting two wide receivers. I'm definitely looking at two wide receivers in the draft. I don't want to give up multiple draft picks and also pay a guy $20 million. I'm more apt to picking a guy in the first round and the second round, or trading down, getting an extra pick so I can take two wide receivers and get two shots at getting the number one. If they both pan out, Corey Davis is going to be leaving probably after this year anyway. So, you'd have Elijah Moore and the two rookies as your three wide receivers. Also, you still have Denzel Mims. I'm not sold on him. I'm definitely down on him, but there has been no rumors or talk about cutting him or trading him or anything. Zach Wilson just came out and was talking, about, how he's working really hard. How people and the fans have the wrong idea about him and stuff like that. So I don't know if you're done with the Denzel Mims story yet here in New York, and I think it would actually be quite amazing. I'm rooting for the guy. It'd be quite amazing if he turned everything around and became, a legit number one, number two wide receiver behind Elijah Moore, or even a number three wide receiver. If you bring, somebody in, let's say you draft Garrett Wilson, Denzel Mims turns out to blossom into your number two. Corey Davis gone next year. And when I say number two, Elijah Moore would be your real number two, but he'd play on the outside on three wide receiver sets as like the number two wide receiver. So, and Elijah Moore would slide inside. But, that's the route I would go. I love A.J. Brown. I think he'd be great on this team. He'd be a perfect fit in the offense, but I really don't want to give up a first round pick for him, and that's probably what you're going to have to do. Because I could even take that first round pick instead of drafting a wide receiver. I could trade down with it, pick up an extra pick, and then draft two wide receivers. With that same, using that same capital of that one pick. And I'd also wouldn't have to pay $20 million, and I could free up that money to, use next year maybe. On a guy that at that point, maybe we are one or two pieces away, and you can go out and make that move and bring one of those two pieces in. You have that flexibility and that cap space available. So that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you guys think. I don't think they're going to end up making a trade. So obviously, if you like the content, subscribe to the show. Please send me your comments on what you think. Love to hear from you guys. And I guess with that, peace.